It's all fun and games till someone gets shot.
You guys remember about 2 days ago at the time of recording, I did a video titled Tekken 8 April Update News. Harada considering free character DLC later. In that video I covered 2 news articles that came from the same source and they had an exclusive interview with Harada. First, let me just say, you guys really did not believe Harada at all when he said free character DLC. Potentially. You guys in the comment section was like, nope, don't buy it, gotta see it to believe it. And that's fair, but it was just funny. But those 2 news articles were just a sneak peek. There was this 3rd news article where the full interview was going to be posted, and here now we have it and we can talk about everything in here. I want to give a huge shout out to this person. MP First has this news article with Harada, and the headline on it says Tekken 8 interview. Harada talks pluggers, in-game shop, and more. To give you a little bit of background knowledge on this, 25 days ago, this person who conducted this news article went to the Tekken subreddit and said this: what would you ask the devs about Tekken 8? Long story short, have a chance to talk to the devs and ask about Tekken 8. If you have any questions, feel free to submit it down below. 182 comments on this. The players definitely gave their ideas. 6 hours ago, there was another person on the Tekken subreddit. Shout out to this person. They went through this whole entire news article and they summarized everything down to bullet points. So these bullet points is what I'll be reading from, but it's pulled directly from the news article. Starting with bullet point number 1, it says the disconnection rate bug will be fixed in April. This is something that we talked about. It was once again in the teaser news article, but this is just what the developers are pointing towards. The April update is supposed to be massive. That's when Eddie's going to come out. That's when the free story DLC come out, but also a lot of different bugs and glitches and stuff will be fixed. But also, now I don't know if they confirmed this, but it seems like they're also going to do a big balance update as well. So that April update is supposed to have everything. The next bullet point, pluggers will continue to be banned since the beginning of this month. Now I have another video that will be uploaded soon after this one where we talk in detail about the whole banning issue. It's an ongoing issue. The developers are hard at work, so it seems, but it's a never-ending saga. Just subscribe to the channel. That video will be out shortly. The next bullet point, this one is interesting, but it's also sad. It says Teambattle will return if it's in high demand. But right now, the demand is currently low. What are you guys doing? Teambattle, we need this in Tekken 8. We needed it in Tekken 7. You guys got to go on Twitter and tag Harada. Teambattle. And if you want to throw in the Tekken Force as well, do that too. But it's up to us to make a lot of these things a reality. Teambattle, bro, we need Teambattle. Go to Twitter, tag Harada. Don't spam them, but just put your vote in. The next bullet point says Super Ghost Battle got a positive review and might be expanded with an endless / ghost battle mode. That will be pretty cool for them to turn it into something that players can like play more of. That would be really cool. But just in my own personal review of the Super Ghost Battle, it's not really living up to the hype. The way they sold it to us is that you can have a player like me lab a ghost of, let's say, Arslan or Anakin and really learn the matchup, really get a real feel for what the player would do. But as the game released, we found out that that was not the case. The ghost is more so for players who are trying to either learn the game, get better at the game, but as for like real competitive, like you just either have to practice. The next bullet point, it says Mokujin might come back if he gets popular enough. We talked about this at the very start of Tekken 8, and here it is once again. I know a lot of you guys in the comment section was loving the idea of Mokujin returning, but once again, you gotta go to Twitter because that's where the devs are and make your voice heard. I think all of these things will be cool. Teambattle, Mokujin, but me, I'm just one person, and the developers don't like me, so they're not gonna listen to my opinion. The next bullet point. Fight Lounge will be expanded in the future. This is pretty cool because at first they were more so saying like maybe we'll do it, but now they're confirming that they will actually expand it. Before the game came out, we were looking at that Tekken Bowling Alley area and wondering if Tekken Bowl from Tekken 7 would reappear in the game, but of course like revamped and better and whatnot. The next bullet point, this one is going to make you guys happy. It says Akuma is not in the game since he was never a part of the starting roster and not originally a character from Tekken. Now, as I look at this, so many things go through my mind and it's too much to put in this video. So all I will say is subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be doing a video on Akuma and where he is in Tekken 8, what happened in Tekken 7, the ideology behind Capcom, Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I'm going to be covering all of it because it really is a interesting subject, and just looking at how big of a role Akuma played in Tekken 7, I think it's going to be interesting to, see how Tekken 8 does without him, because hate him or love him, sometimes a villain is necessary because you root against it and you want to see that character fall, right? The next bullet point says more characters might be displayed on the main menu in the future, but for now it's only DLC characters. And this is something that they showed off with Eddie. He will be on the main menu when he releases, but a lot of players want to be able to have their own main character on the main menu. I think it would be pretty cool if they did it to where it was random, like every time you go to the main menu, because sometimes during my set, I hit the main menu like 4 or 5 times. Give me a new character every single time and just make the game feel that much more alive, The next bullet point here, and by far the biggest one out of the bunch, is about Tekken Shop. But it says Tekken Shop was added post-launch in order to add additional content after the game release. I could tear that sentence to shred. It was not added for additional content. It was added to milk the game, but then also it was added after the release to skirt all of the news article reviews. Tekken got a lot of 10 out of 10s, and if that store was in there, maybe some of those 10s would be 8s. A lot of people don't like the shop, so let's not focus on that, right? That's the first sentence. Let's keep going. Tekken 8 also features a lot of content compared to other titles, which leads them to include the store, which means they will use the money for future content. But on that second part, this is where I'm at. They say they want to use the cash to reinvest it back into the game. They're already giving us free story DLC. Mortal Kombat isn't doing that. Mortal Kombat charged for their MK11 Aftermath DLC, and they're probably going to charge for Mortal Kombat 1 DLC. So we're already ahead of the other games in that sense. So as long as they continue down that path, I'm happy, bro, because like if you look at the competition and what they're doing, there's no way you can really be upset at Tekken. $4, free stuff as well, it's fair. Next bullet point. DLC characters will have their own story mode / character episode. In parentheses, not sure what exactly, but it says for free. Now, you have to be very careful with this one. This one, the developers meant by this that for Eddie only, they will add main story DLC for free. But now, this is the tricky part. We don't know if the individual DLC characters like Eddie and whatever other 3 characters they add for season 1, if they will have their own character episode. There's no way to really know unless Harada clarify on Twitter, or we'll just have to wait until April when Eddie releases to see if he has his own character episode. Because if he does, that means everyone, at least in season 1, will have it. In season 2, we'll talk about that when we get there. The next bullet point. I talked about this in a video that I did, I believe yesterday, but they plan to do improvements of the netcode. I talked about how Akira, the people who are in charge of the netcode for Tekken 8. The next bullet point, accessibility options to increase the size of the UI if demanded. This is also really cool as well. I know a lot of people on their phones, they have the text bigger, they have all the stuff really big, icons and whatnot. If you guys want that as well, once again, go to Harada, go to Twitter and tell him make everything bigger, and then he'll do it. The next bullet point, and we talked about this kind of at the start and also in the next video or the past video, free DLC character might happen, but it's costly to develop. Now, even though all of you do not believe that Harada is telling the truth or he will commit to this, just the fact that he is saying it, I think is really good, because like it says here, a character costs a lot of money. And just for him to even say something like that just shows where his mind is as a lead of the whole entire Tekken project, right? That's a very powerful thing to say, even if it doesn't happen. But what I will say, if and when this does happen, I would love to compare the power of a free DLC character with a character who is paid, because I want to see if the pay to win DLC is the same strength or is better than free DLC. That would be an interesting game. And then also, what character will they give for free? Final bullet point. Voice chat will be added, could be added if it's in high demand once again. Now, Tekken 7 had a voice chat. You had to go into the settings and turn it on. It's off by default. But in Tekken 8, I don't think it has that capability because no one used it in 7. No one even knew it existed. But this is something that I think would be really cool if they added it to Tekken 8. Being able to talk with your opponent in matches is really cool. Tekken Tag Tournament 2 had it on by default and it was really fun. Tekken 7 had it off. Sometimes I would turn it on. But then Mortal Kombat 1, the game we all love to talk about, that game also has voice chat and it's really, really fun. And also too, even though like maybe the tryhards may not like it, the casuals love it. The casuals, bro, this is for them. So I'm surprised they didn't do it just off of that alone, but I hope they add it into the game. Now that's all the topics that was discussed in this news article. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, and bye bye.